Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tearing down a genuinely fascinating piece of strategy straight from Sun Tzu's ancient masterpiece, The Art of War. We're going to zero in on his concepts of terrain and the 9 situations, and we're going to reveal exactly why the environment you choose absolutely dictates your ultimate survival, regardless of how bulletproof you think your business plan is. So let's just jump right in and acknowledge a pretty harsh reality. You can have the absolute perfect strategy, the most innovative product on the market, and a deeply talented team. But if you execute on the wrong terrain, you're going to be slaughtered. It's literally like having a heavy vault door slam shut on your business, with a ticking clock just counting down to failure. Perfect execution is, well, completely useless if the operational terrain, the ground you've actually chosen to fight on, is fatally flawed from the very start. Which brings us to the critical question we're answering today. How do you actually master that terrain? How do modern leaders avoid these catastrophic failures and take absolute, uncompromising control of their business environment? I'll tell you right now, it's not about luck. It is entirely about structural design and psychological mastery. So here's our highly actionable roadmap for today. We're going to systematically dismantle a few modern corporate buzzwords using cold, ancient military reality. We'll be covering the hook, which we just touched on, then moving into Module 1, the 6 Calamities, Module 2, the Blackout Protocol, Module 3, Weaponizing Desperate Ground, and finally, we'll wrap up with your execution checklist. All right, Module 1, the 6 Calamities, or as I like to call it, busting the myth of the flat organization. Sun Tzu brilliantly identifies exactly how a hierarchy fractures from the inside out. He outlines 6 specific calamities: flight, insubordination, collapse, ruin, disorganization, and rout. But here is the absolute kicker. He explicitly states that these don't just happen from natural causes or bad luck. No, they arise entirely from faults that the general, or in our case, the leaders, is directly responsible for. Think of your organization like a giant Jenga tower. If it just collapses from the middle, well, that's a structural issue you created. You really can't blame the terrain if your own foundation is rotting. And what's so fascinating here is how directly these ancient military fractures map onto the modern corporate issues we see literally every single day. Sun Tzu warns that when common soldiers are too strong and officers are too weak, you get insubordination. Put into modern terms, do your frontline employees routinely just ignore management? Right, that's insubordination. When officers are too strong and soldiers too weak, you get collapse. Ask yourself, do your managers burn out your staff with impossible demands and zero support? That's collapse. When there are no fixed duties, you get utter disorganization. Do people show up to work without completely clear fixed KPIs? That is disorganization. If any of these are happening, the external terrain doesn't even matter yet. You're already being routed by your own incompetence. Let's move on to Module 2, the Blackout Protocol, where we are busting the myth of radical transparency. Transparency is a lie. Now, I know that sounds like a massive shock, but drawing straight from the source text, we have to understand that total transparency is actually a massive liability. Broadcasting every single executive level fear, every potential lost deal, and every imminent restructuring, that doesn't empower your team. It breeds rampant panic, it paralyzes them with anxiety, and it practically guarantees massive information leaks to your competitors. This brilliantly illustrates some of Sun Tzu's most ruthless advice. He says a leader must be able to mystify his officers and men by false reports and appearances, keeping them in total ignorance. He literally likens a leader in critical moments to someone who climbs up a high wall and then immediately kicks away the ladder behind them. You change your plans, you alter your arrangements, and you keep the enemy, and honestly, sometimes even your own ranks, without definite knowledge of your ultimate objective. So how do we actually apply this today without sounding like a complete supervillain? Well, imagine a CEO shredding a massive master blueprint and only handing out single torn pieces to different executives. Your job as a leader is to absorb the terror. You absolutely do not owe your team the full terrifying scope of the battlefield. If a massive deal might fall through, keep it to yourself until it's actionable. Mystify your competitors. But most importantly, give your team only the specific, immediate tasks they need to execute today. Keep them blissfully ignorant of the ultimate terrifying ends so they can focus purely 100% on their immediate objective. All right, into Module 3, Weaponizing Desperate Ground. This is where we bust the myth of psychological safety nets. Sun Tzu categorizes several types of terrain, but this is the ultimate one: desperate ground. He defines it as ground on which an army can only be saved from destruction by fighting without delay. Now, how did ancient generals actually achieve this? By literally burning their own boats on foreign shores and breaking their own cooking pots. They totally removed the possibility of retreat and survival through anything other than victory. This defines the ultimate catalyst for making ordinary people achieve completely impossible results. You have to completely remove their safety net. The crucial point here is that an 80% effort is basically your baseline. Look, human beings fundamentally default to the path of least resistance. It's just wired into our biology. If your team has a plan B, or if they know there's a soft landing waiting for them if a project fails, they are only ever going to give you an 80% effort. And that missing 20%, that's literally the difference between market dominance and a slow, painful death. Let's compare the real-world behaviors of these two environments. When a team has a safety net, what do they actually do? Well, they complain about minor inconveniences, they bicker over office politics, and they take that path of least resistance. But you introduce desperate ground. You make the reality of bankruptcy or job loss or market annihilation highly visible, and that dynamic shifts instantly. You eliminate those fallback options. When soldiers are in desperate straits, they lose their sense of fear. When there is absolutely no place of refuge, they stop complaining and they stand firm. You can literally watch their hesitation transform into a terrifying, lethal unified focus. They must either win or be destroyed. Which brings us to our final section, the execution plan, the final tactical checklist. Here is your exact 3-step checklist derived directly from chapters 10 and 11. Step 1, audit the 6 calamities. Look at your work chart today. Is the power balance tilted? Are your KPIs unclear? You need to fix your structural integrity right now before the market tests you and breaks you. Step 2, institute the blackout. Stop oversharing. Audit the flow of information. Protect your team from executive-level anxiety so they can just execute. And step 3, burn the boats. If you're facing a massive threat or a critical launch, eliminate the fallback options. Do not allow the luxury of a soft landing. Manufacture desperate ground and clearly communicate the absolute necessity of victory. We're going to wrap up this explainer with one of Sun Tzu's most famous maxims. If you know the enemy and know yourself, your victory will not stand in doubt. If you know heaven and know earth, you may make your victory complete. It's such a powerful reminder that strategy isn't just about what you do to the competition out there. Total mastery requires understanding your internal self, your structural integrity, and the external environment around you, the earth, the terrain. So I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought to consider as you look at your own business today. Have you actively mastered your terrain by choice? Or are you currently executing on desperate ground entirely by accident? Think about it. Audit your structural integrity, control your information, and choose your ground wisely. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.